came out the womb punching.
Wow. Okay, this is Getting to Know Mojo. We are on episode 9 this week. I'm Mike Taylor, my co-host Jordan Rogers. How's it going?
I was recently elected king
Of
Moldova.
Moldova. Well,
which does exist. I'm not making it
does.
up this
It does.
time, like Bratislava.
Yeah. I could see you being worshipped by like a small tribe in like some almost.
Well, like a cargo cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that. That'd be cool. I don't want to be famous in Australia anymore. I want to be famous in the
Well, we're not
Philippine Islands.
We don't have those Australian viewers, but we do have the Americans.
I'm still really pissed off. Because like I found really interesting.
Americans are better than Australians.
You're only saying that to pander to them now. I've
No.
got evidence that they're not anymore.
Oh, really?
Kind of.
Why?
It's a double-edged sword.
Oh.
Starbucks, my self-proclaimed enemy,
Okay.
is not popular in Australia.
That's good.
It's the only country in the world where it's not the number one coffee chain.
Okay. What is the number one coffee chain?
Independent coffee shops instead, because the average Australian is more into their coffee than the average American who like drip coffee. I think that's the difference. Whereas Australians have like a Greek Italian culture from the 50s, which made them coffee snobs.
Right, so Starbucks went over and they were like, well, we do not like these.
No, because they're Australian. They're not French.
Oh, yeah. You'd be like, hey, Mike. Good day, Mike.
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 Mike, where you from? You sound like you're from fucking France.
Well, I was
From fucking Adelaide. You're not from France.
Max and I, who you met earlier, Max is my flatmate, we were talking yesterday about the best way, you know, like the phrases that get you into an accent.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, so for us with the New Zealand accent is vegetable juice.
Why?
Vegetables.
That's not in Flight of the Conchords anywhere.
Was it?
Flight of the Conchords, it's not in there.
Oh, right, I don't know, I've never seen it.
I hated Flight of the Conchords.
Were they a music act and then a comedy? Or are they completely unrelated? Because I know all
they're both
music. Oh, right, okay.
They were like they're a real band in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But they were always like comedy based, and then they did 2 seasons in HBO. Right. And I liked it, and then I hated it when everyone liked it, and now I'm back to liking it again.
Oh, okay. See, I'm just a constant. Well, I've never watched this show.
It's alright. It's quite good. There's bits of it that aren't.
We're showing the songs. And
some of the songs are very good.
The one about being a robot was good.
That's good. Yeah. But I'm just a big fan of robots anyway.
Well, you can be a robot, but you couldn't be a vampire.
I'm getting there.
So what have you been up to this week, Jordan? The classic question.
Didn't do like that much.
You didn't do that much.
Like, I'm trying to think. No, I read a few books.
Oh, what have you been
reading? It was
reading?
for a course. It's not for fun. But they did turn out to be quite good. I read Middlemarch, which is it's like considered by arseholes the best book ever. It's this 850 tome essentially about this little English town. I'm reading Blood Hunt for Thursday. I should probably manage it by then. That's fine. I read Sense and Sensibility. Pure shite.
To give you insights onto both sense and sensibility?
No, it gave me insights into what selfish, boring middle class people in that time period did.
Is that
Jane Austen?
Jane Austen, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Same as Pride and Prejudice. That was, Sense and Sensibility was her first book, wasn't it?
I don't give a shit.
I've never read either. So.
I read something else that I actually like though.
Yeah.
No, I'm reading it. That's it. I'm reading And the Ass Saw an Angel, which is by Nick Cave. It's quite good actually. Ooh. It's really cool. There's a lot. It's set in like the backwoods of someplace in the south of the US. But even though it's like a serious book, it's not a comedy. It kind of reads like a comedy in a lot of ways because it's like a lot of "and I saw the Lord," and you're like, I don't think they actually speak like that.
Yeah.
But it's meant to be a satire. It's kind of a satirical book of like prejudice and stuff. So it's quite good. I can tell you, I nearly went back to 2013, Jordan, on Saturday.
Oh,
Saturday
that was
and Sunday.
a dark time. Not that I knew you then, but
I didn't even know you then.
That's deep.
It's pretty heavy.
That's deep.
It's not that. It was just me being stupid on Sunday. I didn't go to sleep till 2:00 on Sunday morning, technically, and then I woke up at 6. Oh. So I had like 4 hours sleep, and then I started watching some stuff.
Some stuff.
Some deep web
You
stuff.
saw some things.
And I just couldn't get back to sleep. It was that state where you're just awake and you know you're tired, but you just can't do anything. And then 11 o'clock and I have to go to work. I'm fucking shattered. So I pack up my bag with my supplies for that shift, which is painkillers. And I know by now everyone is about aware that I'm a huge anti-caffeine guy.
I am aware of that. When I went through my energy drink,
I brought a lot of Pro Plus with me. And I've done worse than this before, but it didn't really stop me because I thought, I'm only going to do this one time and it's not going to happen again. So I'm at work, and I don't know if you noticed me at work, I was just wearing regular clothes and just throwing chairs and stuff upstairs.
Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah.
There was a good reason for that. I wasn't just doing it because
You were like hoovering, weren't you?
Yes, that was it. It's nothing special. But then I didn't open bar until like 5 o'clock, so it was a really good day overall.
Decent.
But at about 3 o'clock, I was really, really tired, like properly, just kind of falling asleep standing up.
Yeah.
So I went, I'll just do some now. So I took 4 Pro Plus.
Fucking hell.
This isn't much. I got sent home once because of this. So I did 4, and then I was like, these aren't fucking working. And then I went on my break, and then I felt great. I was all like awake. Right. And then I opened bar, and these 2 little old ladies come and they're asking for bullshit. And my hand is like shaking. Right. And it's jittering. And I'm going, I'm thinking, stop. And it's not stopping, so I just kind of lower it. And then my watch is on like that. So it starts tapping against the till. And the others go, is there like a problem with the pipes? I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm just like trying to move my arm away as it's jittering away.
You're like sitting on it, like,
yeah, I was trying to like stop it. I was like putting myself in an arm lock and everything, trying to stop it. And then that eventually stopped, like after,
that's sweet,
6 maybe.
After about an hour.
After about an hour, I came down because I started like feeling really jittery. I was super wired. I was doing loads of stuff. And then 7 o'clock, I crashed from that, and I was on my second break, and I was falling asleep in the staff room. So I wander upstairs like a zombie, and I'm still like really tired. So I go, you know what? I'll be fine. So I took 6 more.
6 more. Holy fuck!
And I was like,
surprised you're still alive.
That's nothing. I took 20 in one sitting. I think it gets worse. I took them while I was serving ice cream to people. I was just like, because I take painkillers a lot at work anyway, so like it's not a big deal. But there was like a guy wanting a milkshake, and I was like, 1 second, I need to take my pills, and I just tried to put them down, and I was like totally fucked. I couldn't stop moving, and then they just went, "Do you want to go home?" I remember because Kieran knew I took 20. And he was like, I
remember the first time I ever had any sort of like caffeine like that. Was when I was working at McDonald's, and I'd done like a crazy amount of shifts. I think I did like 95 hours in 2 weeks, which is like for a 19-year-old, I think quite a lot of work.
I think there's like kids in the third world that'd argue with you.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, first world problems, but yeah. So for me, it was a lot. It was a lot, and one of the guys that I worked with was like, "Oh, do you want to come and get a can of Red Bull?" I've never had it before, but yeah, sure. You know, if it helps me get through today, that's fine.
Downward slide.
Yeah, it was such a big downward spiral, and so I drank it, and I just got like not one of the normal cans, one of the bigger ones. I drank it like 2 p.m, and at 2 o'clock like the next morning, I came down. Like I was just like, holy fuck! Like, how do I even cope with this?
I didn't come down from those 6 until about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was sprawled out, fucked in the bed, because Alex came home from a Beardy Man concert, and she was like, "Fuck's wrong with you?" Because I was like just naked, and I was watching some board game review while also watching a Mad Max film at the same time. I had a book open. I was just like super fucked up. I wasn't fucked up. I was just like, I was too caffeinated. Which
but yeah, that began a dark downward spiral for me.
That's not the worst combination of like stuff I've taken at all. The worst, because this is not, I don't recommend anyone did this, but to be fair, I got through 3 essays doing this in one day. They were all in for the exact same day, and this was the day before, and like a fuck up hadn't done them. And I just, my way of getting through these essays was to get really drunk and fucked up on painkillers. So I was just drinking vodka and painkillers for about a day, and I did three essays totaling like 9,000 words, and yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Well, work for me. No. As any kids out there? No,
we do not.
Got deadline.
I have to fucking
loads,
shut this down.
Take loads of painkillers.
Getting to know Mojo does not fucking does not advocate the use of alcohol and painkillers or any drugs in excess.
To be fair,
that's it. I've shut you down.
You shut me down.
That's it.
You're the first person to shut me down.
Yeah.
Other than Alex, but she does it off air.
See, this is all in my name. So if somebody goes and does it,
I'm not like
they sues us.
I don't actually like. Even when I was doing it, I was going, "This is stupid." But like, I know I can do it because I'm a freak. My body just doesn't work like normal people's bodies. Alex gets. I take, I'd say, 4 ibuprofen a day and about 4 paracetamol a day. It's because I get these cripplingly fucked up migraines. I was climbing yesterday with Stacey, and I couldn't climb for more than an hour and a half because my migraine was killing me. I was up one of this wall, and my head was killing me, and I was also trying to figure out how to get to the top of it, and my arms were killing me. Everything was sore, and it's because I just didn't take my painkillers for that day. And if you think like you going, get to know Mojo doesn't say you do those painkillers, Alex is way worse. She's constantly giving me shit about it. She's like, it's going to destroy your liver. I'm like, still going now. And here's the thing, painkillers, unless they're prescribed, you're kind of okay with them. They're not going to hurt you. Like, I was on codeine for quite a long time.
Unless you're taking an obscene amount.
Well, I take an obscene amount, but
I don't know, 4 a day isn't too bad.
This is like 8 in total, though.
So?
No, you've got a point.
Like, in a 24-hour period, that's not that bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I do them all at once.
Take 8 at once?
Yeah. I should be fucking dead. And I take them when if my head is sore. They're really... have you ever had a migraine?
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm talking about then. They fuck your entire day up. I can't see from these things.
Yeah.
So I was at the top of the wall and I couldn't see. And I was like, this is the worst situation to be climbing in. And I made it and it was fine, but then afterwards I was like, Stacey, I'll belay you for the rest, but I cannot climb anymore. There's no way I'm going up these walls. But I did 4 for 4. I did 4 climbs and got to the top in each one, so that's okay.
Not bad.
I feel fairly good about myself for doing it.
Good for you.
But yeah, Alex is always giving me shit about my liver and kidneys and stuff. She's like, they'll break. And I'm like, I'll be fine, because unless they're prescribed, there's good arguments from like holistic freaks that just look, painkillers are just a placebo, and that could well be true for all I know. But if you've had codeine or like coquelumal or morphine, then they send you to the moon and back, and that's why they can be addicted. I've never been addicted to something like that.
Well, I've heard that like the pill, for girls, that every so many in a packet. No, well, every so many in a packet is a placebo because of how it affects their body.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's true or not.
That sounds like weird conspiracy stuff, but it'd be interesting to see if it was true.
Well, maybe it's like just the strength of the dose.
Maybe.
Like if you take so many, like that's just how they regulate it.
But the thing is, like, hearing that I drink like vodka and spirits with painkillers sounds like he's gonna die, but unless it's like specifically stated on the packaging, do not take with alcohol, you're pretty fine to do it.
Yeah, but then there's fine doing it, and then there's fine taking, then there's taking too much of it.
Yeah, but the alcohol wouldn't affect that. It would be the same with anything. It's the pill that would kill you, not the alcohol. You could take 16 with water and it would kill you.
Alcohol thins your blood, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if you're taking like 16 night drugs, you're going anyway. Like,
that's true.
I've only got 2-3 pills that say don't take with alcohol, and I just don't. One of them's a sleeping pill. I've got 16 of these little sleeping tablets, and they just knock you out straight away, and they put you to sleep for about 16 hours. I'm not taking any in about 2 years because they work and they'll totally fuck you up. I'm not stupid with them, but
you're not trying to stay awake. You don't take one and try to stay awake.
No, because that's a quaalude. Although I might try them now and try and stay awake.
Because
I wonder if that would work. I'm interested now.
You'll be like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street.
Do you think because Jordan Belfort now does just talks all over the world.
Yeah.
Do you think, because he goes to universities to talk about just being a dickhead, really, I imagine most of his questions are students going, can you get me quaaludes? That's about the Wolf of Wall Street. Amazing, can I get quaaludes? I think that's probably his main question, and he probably wants to tell them about how to be a broker or
a better
how
person.
he's to be I think he's still the same old shithead, actually. Because he still charges for these things. These talks, he still charges outrageous amounts.
Yeah, but you have to earn a living. I'm not going to say
he already had a living. He already had a lot of his money. He got fined a huge deal, but he still had loads of cash. That was like the one problem. There was a great thing on Cracked about movie stories that are bullshit and how like they just become unnecessarily dramatic. Like, have you ever seen a? Oh, helpful.
Right, is that fine?
For
is
people?
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think so. I don't think we should pause it for people because you should then just catch like arguments that we have with other staff members or students when they go, "We need this radio." Go fuck your mother! You need this radio. What are you going to talk about? We're talking about real issues here. We're talking about blowjobs.
Blowjobs. People need to know. Yeah, we were rudely interrupted by a man with a clipboard who didn't say anything, so we paused it.
He did, however, look shifty.
He did look a bit shifty, didn't he?
No, I don't think so.
I think he looked too official.
He didn't look any more shifty than the average RGU student. So.
Shots fired right there. Right. What were we just talking about?
Blowjob. I don't know what we were talking about. Pills, usually.
We were talking about pills, but something moved on from that. Anyway, right, okay. So,
you could go back.
I could go back, but I don't want to. It's a lot of effort.
That's the only way to get anywhere in life, Mike. You have
effort.
To put in effort, yeah.
Fuck. If you put in effort, you've got ambition.
And you want to bang your mum. Science, man. It's just
science.
I don't want to drop any Big Bang science bombs on you, but I'm going to drop a Big Bang Hiroshima motherfucking fat boy on you. If you got ambition, you want to bang your mum. Oedipus complex.
Wow.
Oedipus Rex.
Oh, okay. Here's an announcement that most of our listeners probably already know. But we have a Facebook page and we're on fucking iTunes, motherfucker.
And the iTunes one's more important.
The iTunes one is more important. But then I think like prospective sponsors would probably look at your Facebook page likes as well.
I'm probably going to have to pay some money to get advertising them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, start sending us money as well.
It's facebook.com/get into the Mojo.
Oh, and be like a proper creep because I really love the podcast Serial, which is starting up again in next month in October.
Okay.
But there was a thing in The Guardian when Serial was getting big of how people would have like serial listening parties.
Right.
And that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Just like bars now, some bars, they play like Game of Thrones episodes.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Do that with Get to Just invite people to listen to it.
Tell your friends, tell your parents.
Oh, please do, because I'm sick of working. I'm so sick of working. And you've heard what I want to do in my life with vodka and painkillers.
Yeah, that's not good. So we need to give you. That's what we need to do. We need to give him more money so he can buy more vodka.
So I can do more of that, and we can see how far this old rusty bucket of a body can go. Let's see how far we can push this. L. Ron Hubbard style. That's right, Scientology. I don't give a fuck. L. Ron Hubbard apparently died with like shit in his pants, and when he died, David Miscavige like showed up to this big meeting, and he was going LRH.
L. Ron Hubbard, he's the guy that did Scientology, isn't he?
He invented it.
Yeah,
but
science fiction writer who invented a religion.
Jesus is like kind of the same, except he didn't have science fiction. He just had
segueing from Jesus. Right, I got a game the other day. Right, it's called Fist of Jesus. Right.
This sounds like a Kickstarter bullshit game.
Oh, dude.
Is it a real game?
It was it was like a little arcadey game.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it's obviously like someone just like maybe like a team of 5 people made it. But it's on Steam. And it was on sale for like $137.
Give us money, Steve.
Yeah. So I thought
I don't know. Okay, you go first because I've got a pretty bad confession to make.
Okay, right. So I thought, you know what? I'll check out this Fist of Jesus, right? And you can either play Jesus or Judas Iscariot, right?
I'd play Judas.
I would play Judas as well because he has a Kamehameha, you know, from Dragon Ball Z.
That's not what I would play him. That's pretty cool.
But and Judas is Jesus' sidekick, which I think is great because it would have been so easy to put Saint Peter, right? Everyone would think, Peter would be the sidekick of Jesus.
Okay. But
it's Judas, right? And basically, Jerusalem has been taken over by zombies.
Oh man!
Right,
by Lazaruses.
Yeah, zombies and lepers. Yeah, I was about to say leprosies. Leprosies. Yeah. So you have to fight the zombies and throw fish at the lepers.
Oh.
And
wait. To be fair, that's like a biblical way of curing leprosy, though.
Throwing fish at them. I know, but if you throw a fish at them, they explode. It's fucking amazing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's just a absolutely class game.
Okay.
Check it out.
Cool. I thought you were talking. Like I got really excited there for a minute because I bought a game, but it's a board game because I really got into that big board game thing.
Yeah.
I assumed that you'd bought some weird fucked up Kickstarter board, Fist of Jesus, and I was going, we need to play that instead.
Wow.
How did you like Eldritch Horror, by the way?
Honestly, I didn't enjoy it.
It's alright.
Yeah, I thought it was like interesting.
What did you not like about it?
I don't know. I just felt like I don't like games that just spend the entire time kicking you in the balls.
Right, that's why I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see how that would be like there's a sort of challenge there.
I get more fun losing that game than I get winning it.
Well, it was quite fun losing.
It's a fun game. I think you should give it another go. But I also understand that you don't like it.
I would be open to trying it again.
Well, I'm getting the new thing soon, so.
But I just think like there was a pointlessly large amount of stuff.
What do you mean?
Like, well, you pulled out like 10 million cards.
Yeah.
And then like.
But they all got used. Like, that's the point.
Yeah, and then it was just like, right, okay, and I could see how from. Like a person who's never done it before, that's really intimidating.
It's intimidating. I remember I played it first on my own, because you can play it on your own,
right? Which
is kind of the saddest thing in the world, by the way, playing a board game on your own. But depending how you look at it, it's a self-contained. You played it, so it's really heavy plot, and the plot gets made up along the way. So I was playing it, and I was thinking of it more as just a game you would play. Like you'd sit down with PS4, Xbox, and you just play a single-player game. That's how I was looking at it, and I won, but. There was it was quite intimidating. I had to check the rules a lot, make sure I was doing right stuff. There is bits of it that have only happened once or twice, and they're my favourite parts. And that's when the big bad wakes up and you confront it. We didn't even get to confront it. Those cards are incredible because they've got. If you fail in it, their description of your failure is just so cruel that it's brilliant. It just turns incredible. I get as long you didn't like it. But did you have an alright time?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I do like about because I've never been into board games.
Well, me neither. This is my first big one that I've really got into.
I'm just not interested. But what I do like about it is that it's nice having like a group of mates around, and like just sitting having a bit of bants, bit of banter.
Well, I wasn't into them. Eldritch Horror is the first proper board game I ever bought, and it's kind of the one I've latched to because I love Lovecraft and I love story. But I've played other ones since then. I got this new one which I think you'd be interested in. It's where you play as one of 4 Taoist Shaolin monks, and you're trying to save a village from an evil ghost called Wu Feng, who's the master of 9 hells.
Wow.
And I've not played it yet, but it looks pretty dope actually.
It's like Stuart's
very into them.
Yeah, he's up for getting.
I think he's played other ones though.
Betrayal
on
the Hill.
I quite like the look of, but I didn't see. I like Eldritch because it's incredibly well made. It looks great, but there's a lot of board games where I like the concept of them,
but then the execution is poor,
and they look really weak. There's one called Dead of Winter. And it's closer to just a survival board game. It's where the apocalypse has happened, there's zombies everywhere, and it's winter. So your main thing isn't fighting zombies, it's just kind of getting through it. It's getting food, getting fuel, just looking after your survivors. And there's also a traitor, which to me doesn't make sense in an apocalypse, but it's okay because I'll also go with it that people in an apocalypse go crazy or they're selfish. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be natural.
It's natural, and I like because I've seen it. I know how it's played, and it looks great. But the execution of it I don't like because it's charging you £60 for this, and it's essentially cardboard.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look flimsy. It looks like it could put up a punishment. But shit. But all the board is cardboard. It could be dog-eared.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that with the Eldritch Horror Big World Map. That thing is just solid, and all the cards they look great. So, and also that was cheap. That was only £30 for that base game.
It's not bad.
It might go up now because it's sold really well. But
right. Is it quite recent then?
2013, 2014, one of the two. All the expansions and stuff, pretty much this year though.
Right.
I really like it. It's kind of the one I really latched onto.
Because
I know you got a bit fed up with the resistance, and I was kind of with you because after a while it was less about tells, and there's a mathematical way to figure out who's the spy.
Yeah, and it was just it was the unnecessarily large amount of because I get to the point where I'm just it's just a game. Okay. After about maybe 10 games of it, fair enough, it's quite a short game. So like, you know, you're looking at maybe 10 minutes a game. But after playing it for 2 hours, you're just like
you get that you know how to do it.
Yeah, and like I don't care. You know, I might be the bad guys, I might not. But like regardless of whether or not
You're
I
so
am, everyone's
ambivalent
everyone's just gonna think that I am. So I'm not gonna get a word in anyway.
Okay.
You know, and it was like that. So it was like, what's the point? I'm just gonna sit here. I was just gonna sit here. And like I said, you know, I've never been much into board games anyway.
I think that's because now that I am more into them, I'm now like so much more snobbery about it. Like I don't consider stuff like Monopoly or Cluedo a board game anymore.
You don't?
No, I need like really, really abstract, crazy fucking rules in order for it to be counted as a board game to me. Something like Monopoly is fun. I think Monopoly is like quite fun to play.
I've never actually played a full game of Monopoly.
Not really a game. It's after a while it just becomes
finances,
and I don't want to play fucking finances.
Well, it's like I think like if somebody had given me the option to play Eldritch Horror or D&D, I would pick D&D every time.
Is that
because I feel like with
you've got a bit more control over your character, yeah?
Yeah, totally. Like even if somebody said like here's a pre-made character for D&D that, you know, is given to you, like
still
like,
kind of embody it.
Yeah, you know, I think like I have choice on what I do, and then it's more like I have a really vivid imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it really easy to
that's
sort
why
of get into that, even if I don't specifically role play my character.
Well, that's why I like the Call of Cthulhu RPG more than Dungeons and Dragons for the kind of the exact opposite reasons of you. You can make up your own character, and I find it much more easy to relate to like a small time journalist or detective than I do like a 9-foot lizard, or in my current D&D
a skeleton
bard who just wants to party down with the skeleton brothers. I can't. It's fun to do that, but I'm never going to be a skeleton bard who just wants to party down. There's a skeleton man inside me, as there's a skeleton man inside everyone, and he just
waiting to get out.
He just wants to get out and party, but me as a person will be dead. The skeleton man inside me is not me. So when I have something like Eldritch Horror, I quite like getting that pre-made character, because you're right in that your imagination isn't used as much.
Yeah. But
that was my fault, because if I had started the game going, "Who are you?" and if you read the back of it, you just select instead of I can't remember who you first played as.
The music guy.
Yeah, I can't remember his name because I'm an arsehole.
It had a C in it. Jim Culver.
Yeah, that's it, Jim Culver. Wow. If you had said I am Jim Culver, that would. But then you're still like not quite.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's a way that I could. I'm trying to work on a way to make it more.
I don't think that was your fault. I think like I was kind of skeptical about it anyway.
Okay.
Because like Owana had described it to me quite a lot. And I was just like, no, it doesn't really sound. It doesn't really sound like my thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've always had this like trepidation of like, if you say no to people, if somebody asks you to do something, right? They're asking you not because not entirely because they think you enjoy it, but because they want you to be there.
Okay.
Right. Like, so if you ask me if I want to go have a drink, right? The task is meaningless. It's the company that you want.
Okay.
Right? So if you say no too much, people will stop asking you to do stuff. Right? You know what I mean?
Kind of, but that means that you're just the most skeptical person. I asked you if you wanted to play because I thought you'd get a kick out of it.
So, like, yeah, I mean, I was quite, like, skeptical about it because I had sort of an idea of what it was like and what you sort of did. I thought it didn't really sound like my kind of thing. But I thought, you know what, I'll go because it's like people that I get on with and, you know, it could be fun. But, yeah, I mean, the game itself I didn't particularly enjoy, but the night was good.
I think give it a second chance.
Yeah.
Next time I'm doing it, come around, and if you hate it then, I'll burn it in front of you. There you go. It's that simple. I'll just burn it.
I'll hold you to that.
I know me and Alex play it. not regularly, but at least like once a month, and it's quite a nice little thing we do
Couple
together.
thing, yeah.
But you know what?
No,
For you,
Mike
Mike,
gets it.
I'll burn it. It's
I
fine.
wouldn't say I
It's fine
hate
with
it.
me.
I just didn't.
I'm not saying you hate it either. I get why your first time you'd be like, this wasn't great because it's quite slow.
Yeah, and
it's quick
like,
when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point as well, because like in D&D, I feel like, well, we have a habit of splitting up our group, which I always hate.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Always works.
But anyway, right? Because you end up right. Anyway, right. But in D&D, right? You're kind of all apart from it in combat, you're kind of all going at the same time. You're all around each other. You're all doing the same sort of thing. Right, unless you split the group up.
No, that wasn't even going to be my... Well, you're right, splitting the group up. But I think, and I'm not wrong here, our first ever game, I spent 3 days pretending to be a dead skeleton man outside a house that I knew yous were all going to go to anyway.
Yep.
And you didn't listen to me, even though all of my plans worked. My plan has never failed.
Well.
And Stuart always gets someone else going, that'll not work. It always works. The only time one of my little strategies hasn't worked is when he died, admittedly. But
With Stuart died.
yeah, collateral damage, man.
Well, I mean, it was Stuart, it wasn't you, so
Exactly.
yeah. So it kind of
The
worked
rest
out.
of the time worked.
It really did work out for you.
The zombie well thing, where there was 12 zombies after us, and I was like, oh, go to the tower, they can only come in one at a time. Totally worked. Second idea, I'll throw a mouse at them, it'll eat their brain. Totally worked. Did the most damage.
But right,
Bar
my point is, like, you're sort of all, you're a team, whereas in like Eldritch Horror it was like there were 4 people playing a single player game.
I do get you.
And there was like
There's some co-op, but it's rare. See, that's kind of why. That's why when you and Stuart were first killed, it was kind of an interesting moment because you were both on the same space, fighting the same monster. That was good bit of cooperation.
Yeah.
It just didn't pan out for you.
Yeah.
But that's also why I like it. It's just that there's no real...
It was shit as well when I was fucking...
Tommy Muldoon.
Yeah, Tommy Muldoon. And then, he's fine if you don't lose his gun. And then the next turn...
Well, when you and Stuart left, me and Alana played a quick game. And I mean quick. It was finished in an hour.
Yeah.
We lost.
Oh, yeah?
And... it got to the same thing. The monster actually showed up, so it was going to be that moment. It was like, oh, sweet, we're going to actually get to fight this thing. Yeah. And there's less people here, so it's not as strong. We get to use the combat, and the combat for those monsters is incredibly well written.
Right.
But our mystery, that monster was invincible until we'd finished one of the mysteries, and we couldn't do it. We needed allies that we just didn't have, and the cards kept doing stuff like discard this, discard that.
Yeah.
And Noana said the exact same thing Alex did when not the exact same thing happened, but something similar. She went, "This game knows," because there's times when you think it knows what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that's just because the AI in it is so good. The mechanics of that is brilliantly made.
It's like Jumanji.
It's like Jumanji. Eldritch Horror is Jumanji.
It's Jumanji.
With more characters now.
Yeah.
Better written as well.
Maybe it's just like repackaged. Updated and repackaged.
See, the thing that weirded me out about Jumanji...
He's here. Hang on 2 seconds. Oh, we were interrupted again. I apologise for that. Right, so we were talking about Jumanji.
Oh yeah, we were. I was just looking at some sweet-ass babes.
Sweet-ass babes.
I'm not really. I was looking at pictures of Shia LaBeouf, actually.
Well, one could describe him as a sweet-ass babe.
I'm telling you, he one day is going to play Barack Obama.
I hope that happens. I hope for that day.
Man, I'm not a big fan of Shia LaBeouf. Not even in like the stupid, ironic internet way of be like loving him with his fucking rat tail and his mullet and being fart. That's just such a shitty irony. I hate that. Fuck Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
And his like bullshit art thing he does.
The art thing?
Yeah, he's always like going to performance and conceptual art, and it's like, no, you're not. You're skipping rope for an hour and then going, together it unifies us. Like, fuck off, Shia LaBeouf, man. You ain't Jumanji. Jumanji! Yeah, so we're talking about Jumanji. I didn't really like Jumanji.
The film?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Why not?
As a kid, I said there's nothing much going on. The bit I liked about Jumanji was the bit everyone doesn't like. It's when the spiders show up. Because I think...
You're that creepy kid.
No, because I wouldn't say scared of spiders, but they did weird me out as a kid, but I was still fascinated by looking at them. Right. The way they move really amazes me.
I preferred Hook as a...
I love
Robin,
Hook.
Robin Williams'
incredible.
child targeted film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though in hindsight it's really weird to watch a grown man in tights hang out with little kids.
Well, it is now, but in the 90s. It was the 90s. It was the 90s. Pedophilia didn't exist in the 90s.
Strangers existed.
Stranger danger.
That existed, but pedophiles didn't.
Yeah.
And then you got older and you started reading the word and you went, they've always existed. But no, I really like Hook. Like what I just said about the tights men thing. That's like such a shitty argument people use against things that they just want to make controversial or they want to be funny about it. You're like, no, you're taking that in such a cynical, negative way. Yeah, Hook's a genuinely lovely film.
It is.
Like, there's a good argument. It's a complete load of shite, but I like it. I think it's. Really good.
I think there's not really anything particularly like in keeping with the spirit of the film. You know, there's nothing particularly bad about it. Like it's a child's film, so the children actors aren't going to be great.
No, they're all right.
And they never are. Right? They're never going to They're never going to be.
There's a few examples of you being wrong, but it's okay.
Like, you're talking about. Well, I would say the kid from Love Actually, right?
Fuck Love Actually.
Love Actually is a beautiful piece of film.
Do you know what? I wish Dustin Hoffman would get off his high horse where he is right now, shave his head, put on a wig, dress as Captain Hook, and stab the cast of Love Actually.
Why? Well, Liam Neeson's in fucking Love Actually, and he would be
on the end of a hook. No, he wouldn't. That's just bull. Liam Neeson, not a hard man. That man is 60 plus. He's an old fucking guy. He's going to break.
He could beat you.
No,
up.
he couldn't.
Yes, he could.
He's a midget.
No, he's not.
I'll look up his
Liam
height
Neeson's
right
like
now.
6'4".
Bullshit, he's 6'4". Liam Neeson's a fucking pansy.
And he's got a giant dong.
He's got a giant what?
Dong.
Yeah, I know he's got a giant coke-sized cock, but like, that doesn't mean anything. That's just like a bigger target.
A bigger target.
Yeah.
You know, being punched in the dick doesn't specifically hurt. It's being punched in the balls that hurts.
Cut off his dick then. There you go. Happy now? Dustin Hoffman could fuck up Liam Neeson.
Well, if you have a hacksaw.
He's 63. My God. He's 63 years old. He's 193. I think he's like 3 centimeters taller than me then.
There you go. It's an inch.
That's an inch, but he's an old man. I don't care that he looks like he's carved from granite. No, I've seen Schindler's List. That man cries very easily.
Speaking of Liam Neeson, I watched Walk Among the Tombstones. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be an action film.
Well, that's your own fault for being an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright.
No, it was there's a bit. Walk Among Tombstones should have been better than it was because it has like an intriguing premise because it's set in 2001.
Something like that.
And you're like, okay, so it's a period piece. Why is it set in 2001? Is it going to discuss like the paranoia of that age? Is it going to discuss like America before 9/11? No, it just turns into like this really just muddy
private investigator,
muddy noir. That's not very good.
I see what you mean. Like it could have been set today, and
there's no point.
The exact same film.
Yeah, it'd been the exact same thing, and it was just bait for people thinking that it was going to be Taken because Taken's the most disgusting thing that's happened to film in a long time. Because that is when we decided to wheel out this old man, and they just
do like
throw
how
money
been
at him.
So many people jumping on that, so many actors jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah, because it doesn't work.
Pierce Brosnan did it.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan, James Bond.
Yeah, I mean he was a really good James Bond, but he's not really done anything since.
He did Mamma Mia, mate.
Yeah, fuck Mamma.
His voice is deadlier than his gun. Deadlier than his fist.
He's done two. He's done
two low renty looking action films.
One was November Man, and I forget the name of the other one.
The one he's in right now, he's like the action, No Escape. No Escape. That's it.
No, that's Owen Wilson.
Yeah, but Pierce Brosnan's in it.
Oh, is he?
He plays the guy with a gun.
And he plays the baddie.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. There is like a thing where they're trundling out older actors to do it.
Well,
and it's
with the exception of Pierce Brosnan, it's mainly drama actors as well. Because Liam Neeson was a drama actor, primarily. I mean,
that's not true. If you see his early films, he's in like loads of trashy movies. He's in loads of like westerns and stuff.
Oh.
That's why he played Qui-Gon Jinn.
Right.
Because there's an interview where he's going, "I've mostly been known for like cowboys, and Jedi's like a cowboy in space."
I suppose.
Right, he's now to people that are just like he's a hard man. He now sounds much less interesting.
No, I think he's got it right. I think a Jedi. Well,
that's how I read
U.S.
them.
Marshal.
That's how I read them. I read them as like lawmen in space.
Yeah,
monk lawmen.
Monk lawmen.
But yeah, that's kind of how I see them.
He's not wrong.
No, I don't think he's wrong. I just think that's like a far cry from his current bullshit stuff he does. I'm just not a big fan of Liam Neeson. I think he's probably a
I
perfectly
like
nice
Liam Neeson
guy.
a lot.
I also think it's a waste of that guy by just trolling him out in these action movies that he's not doing. Because when you're seeing...
Was The Grey an action movie, or was that like a survival movie?
No, Liam Neeson in The Grey is incredible.
Right.
Because people thought it was Liam Neeson bamming up wolves. It's nothing like that. It's like
he's surviving, isn't he?
Kind of. It's like a meditation on life and God and stuff. It's really, really good. And the same audience that made him where he is right now were the same ones that went, are stupid. And like, no, you're stupid. Liam Neeson is an actor. There's no way he's... Because each time he does press for these Taken films, he's always going, these are stupid. He's doing them clearly for the money. Which
I remember it. I remember
actually.
Him saying, like, they shot Taken in, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
or
took so little time. Well, that's because it's not Liam Neeson you're seeing doing that stuff. It's the same deal with Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He's never in that suit. Even when they have a built Iron Man suit, that's not Downey Jr. There's no way they're going to risk harming him in that suit. Just like when you see Liam Neeson battering 6 guys, that's not him. That's somebody else. Real, like, finding like that actual stuntman / actor, like if we're in the vein of like Charles Bronson and Steve McQueen, that's really rare now. There's so few people doing it, and
it's because it's easier. It's easier to just get like either a stuntman to do it or CGI.
The last film which didn't do it or did it to like a much less extent was Mad Max, and that's
you were going to say that
because it's not even because of Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's a guy who, if you're seeing him fight someone, that's either like a very well choreographed one to make him look bomb ass, or it's a stuntman. There's the stunt guy in Mad Max that's doubling Tom Hardy's incredible, but there's a significant about that movie where it's Tom dicking about on poles and stuff. Yeah, because there's a really great stunt where he's on top of that giant pole.
Right.
And he's asking George Miller, how are we going to do this? And George's like, I don't know. So they just see if a stuntman can do it first, and then they're like, right, Tom, up you go. And they just do the stunt with Tom. So if you have a good director who's not scared, then you're going to bring
good
back
directors
that.
are fewer and fewer every year.
I disagree. I think if you've been trusted to direct a film right now in the current Hollywood climate, you'll have had to have made something interesting, or at least a sliver of something interesting, or
So do you think James Gunn's a good director?
Yeah, I do. He's made Sliver. Sliver's really good. And he used to make Troma films, man. Troma's like my favourite independent studio. Me and Mikey still need to submit something to them. But we're huge fans of them because they do... Every year Troma makes over 50 movies. And they're really low rent, independent. They're real independent though. They have no studio backing. Lloyd Kaufman is a hero because he doesn't care what you're making as long as you're making it, and he'll throw you out. You will not get rich on Lloyd Kaufman's ass, but you'll
get it made.
You'll get it made, and he really believes in talent. He's the guy that discovered James Gunn. He's the guy that discovered Trey Parker and Matt Stone. There'd be no South Park without Troma, because they made Cannibal the musical, and it's as brilliant as you think it sounds.
Wow.
He's great. I like James Gunn, but when I see Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a light James Gunn movie. There's very little... there's a lot of his humour in it, because if I'm going to get arsey, is kind of like the American version of Edgar Wright to me.
Right.
I think Edgar Wright's better, but that's a very light Gunn film for me. There's not quite enough of his style of humour in it. That's more of a Chris Pratt movie.
Yeah, than it is, yeah.
Which is fine.
But then you could say that there's the first sort of Chris Pratt film, you know? Because I haven't seen Hurt Locker or Zero Dark 30, but I can't imagine that he is that character.
He's not in Hurt Locker.
Is he not?
He's in Zero Dark 30.
Right, okay,
he's good in that, but he's as a face that you'll look back and recognise and go, oh, that was Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Just like nobody remembers Tom Hardy was in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
He's amazing in Black Hawk Down. But the point of that film is, in war, every young man looks the same.
Yeah.
So when you tell people, that's Tom Hardy, and that's young Tom Hardy, so arguably when he should look his best. And then...
Yeah, because he's 35, isn't he?
He's older now, and then Black Hawk Down didn't really kick off his career the way it was meant to, and then he did the really bad Star Trek film, and then he did
he did the first... He was the villain in the first one, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then he got into a mad bad drug habit of getting fucking selling his body for heroin and stuff. He does a great interview about he used to do heroin and meth and stuff, and now he's where he is now. Everyone loves him because he's great.
It's true.
But yeah, James Gunn's such a light film, and Chris Pratt's he's fine in it, but I kind of want a bit more than fine. Chris Pratt's more interesting in Her than he is in any film he's helmed, because he's just playing this nice guy in Her. He's actually being Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's still best thing he's done is Parks and Rec. He's probably not going to do anything better than Parks and Rec until somebody stops just playing him as like a huggable, lovely guy when they actually give him a character.
Yeah.
Because Andy's a character and he's lovely.
Yeah.
But he's too well known for that. He needs to change it up a bit.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I agree.
Just like I don't like the current rumours that he's going to play young Indiana Jones and young Han Solo. You go, what's the point? Why wouldn't we just make an original character for that guy to play? I'd watch Chris Pratt as an archaeologist. I'm just not really interested in seeing him play Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones to me is Harrison Ford. There's not going to be anyone else. And it's not like James Bond where you can switch up the characters. Yeah. Because there's an inherent interestingness about that.
But then you could argue that somebody already has played young Indiana Jones.
Well, they have, but that's different.
River Phoenix.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
No,
that was a great TV series as well. By the way, it's got really weird episodes where Indiana Jones like meets Al Capone and stuff.
Oh, really?
It's really good. It's really weird. Like Indy picks up the trumpet at one point, and there's like this huge back catalogue of adventures he's done before the main series. And you go, wow, this kid just never had time off.
Jeez, give him a day.
Yeah, he went from like blowing up these giant train-barreled cannons in Africa to becoming a professor. That's a weird career move.
Where did he find the time to study?
Exactly. Well, he did.
He did, yeah. Evidently he did.
Clever guy, that.
No, yeah, River Phoenix played.
He did. He played him as a
start
scout.
As the start of.
Where did they explain the scar, which was good.
Yeah.
Because Harrison Ford got the scar, and they went, how do you get it? And he went, well, Indy's a fuck up, that's why. Because he cracks the whip and cuts his fingers. I love Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's
I really do love that
character. I do kind of hope that they don't sort of not rebrand Chris Pratt, but try to forge Chris Pratt into this sort of like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it's not going to happen
recast.
Because Harrison Ford was he wasn't old, but he wasn't as young as Chris Pratt was when he got big. It's true. Harrison Ford made it. He was like close to quitting. Harrison Ford was just genetically lucky to have looked that great.
Yeah.
When he was doing Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he was like 40, wasn't he? 40, older than that.
He was the same age as like Sean Connery when they did The Last Crusade.
Harrison Ford and Sean Connery?
They're not the same age. They're close.
Really?
They're pretty close, yeah.
Wow.
Because
I know Sean Connery's like 80.
I could be like completely off topic on this, but I think there's not a huge age gap between them. There's a significant one, but it's not huge. Do you know?
It's not like 20 years.
I don't think it's 20. I think it might be closer to 15 or something, which is crazy because you would not think that when you see Sean Connery in Last Crusade. You're just like, oh, he's very old, and Indy must be very young. Like, no, in real life they're pretty close.
Yeah, and Sean Connery does look old. You know, he's always sort of
got an old face. That's why.
Yeah.
Even in James Bond, where he's pretty young playing him, he looks pretty old. He's still the baddest motherfucker in the world. A lot of people
don't know that Sean Connery was a model. He was a bodybuilding model.
He was a strongman / babysitter at that time.
Yeah.
And then he was a stagehand. He was a milkman for a little while. And then he got a part in a Disney film.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's one of the highest rated Disney films as well. I need to look it up because it's my friend Ellen's favourite movie.
It'll be like one of the ones that nobody's ever
seen. It's like the little RA bullshit one that nobody's heard of, but it's one of the highest rated Disney films ever.
Yeah. It's because it's got Sean Connery in it.
No, he's not known.
Yash.
I think this is his first film. Yes, Sean Connery.
Sean.
Here it is. It's called Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
I've never heard of it.
I know you haven't, but it's great. It's one of the best Disney films ever. It's so sweet, and I'm pretty sure it's his first film.
Does he sing?
He sings to the little people. He's not the main character in it. He's a main character though. It's good. It's really good.
Oh, man, I wish I had a voice like Sean Connery.
Why?
It's just beautiful. Very okay. Or like Jeremy.
Why do you describe voices as trees? And why am I mahogany?
You are mahogany.
Yeah,
you've got like that mahogany tone.
That doesn't make any sense.
But it does.
How? What's like the worst tree?
Pine.
So who has a pine voice?
Me.
Me. I got a pine voice. If trees could talk.
Because I used everyone hates listening to themselves speak, like listening to a playback of their own voice.
Yeah, I guess.
Except maybe you.
No, I don't like hearing.
You don't like it? No?
Not really, because I always think that I sound better than I do.
Yeah, same. Like, I always thought I had quite a deep voice, but I don't.
No?
No. Not compared to you.
You wouldn't expect that from me. You're a weird-looking guy.
And what?
Like,
do you expect you to be like, hi guys?
Yeah, I kind of expect me to have a higher pitched voice at least. I expect me to have. Right, I'm gonna slag people off. If I was to see me and I'm not me, I would expect me to sound like Ethan.
Ethan's got quite a deep voice.
For not under my scale.
I would say Ethan has sort of the same depth as you do.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I consider my voice far deeper than like Steve's.
He's like, alright. No, Steve's got a deeper voice than you.
Nah, I don't think so.
You talk American or boss?
Boss.
Yeah, Steve's got a deeper voice.
No, I think I have a deeper voice than
You
Steve.
don't.
I think so.
But you don't know.
Well, I've not got like 60 kids, that's why. Think of how much shouting he must do and what that must do to his vocal cords.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does a lot of shouting.
You don't know though.
I don't.
For all we know, he does. Maybe he shouts not angrily, but just because his house is so loud because he's got 500 kids. And
I think if you ever have 500 kids, I think you're entitled to shout.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think that when you've got 800 kids, you can shout as loud as you want. Because Steve's essentially Miss Hannigan from Annie. He just owns children.
Clarify here that Steve, our boss, has 2 kids.
Does he?
Yeah.
I get 3. Our Lord and Master.
Lord and Master. Praise to Steve.
Praise be Steve. Dominus Sirius Patria Stevus.
Wow.
Me and Steve are meant to go Bohemian street fencing next week.
Oh.
That still makes me laugh, by the way. I'm going to add that to my CV. Like Bohemian street fencing, urban canoeing. They're both great.
I went through a phase of making up funny obscure sports that Jordan
I like them.
Bohemian street fencing was probably my favorite. Yeah. It took me ages because I was just like,
I don't think it did.
Bohemian street what?
After that, you're good. As soon as you've got Bohemian anything, because I get because I do English, because I study English and just know English students essentially. Not true. I know loads of students. I kind of know a student from every single thing that can be studied.
Okay.
Except fucking botany. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck botany. Who even studies that?
Virgins.
Wow.
Yeah, and I get, because I know a lot of like, people that are really into books and shit, I get like a lot of literary references thrown at me. I get like described as fucking stupid things, so it just bugs me.
Well, like what?
I got described as Heathcliff once and nearly lost my fucking temper at them.
He's not a particularly nice character.
I know, that's what annoyed me.
Who would you prefer to be described as?
Achilles.
As in like Achilles. From the Iliad or Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt. Nah, the Iliad. He's brilliant in the Iliad. Yeah. The shit he does in the Iliad is
off the hook.
Too hot for TV. It's too hot for Brad Pitt. He fucks his cousin. Doesn't give a fuck either. Like, what's his name? Patroclus gets killed, and he's like, "I was banging that. Fuck Hector!" And like, cuts his eyes out, pulls him around Troy, pisses on his corpse, fucks him in the mouth, and then he's just like, "Take it away."
I am done.
Achilles is the man, and then he gets shot in the ankle, no, the heel, and he's like, "Whatever." And even when he's dying, he's just like going, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." He's just flipping off everybody.
If I wanted to, I could have fucked you all.
He goes to like Mount Olympus, and he's like, "What up, bitches?" And you're not a god. Fuck your mother. I'm not a god. Snapping necks.
He's the son of a god, isn't he? Or a goddess?
I think so, something like that. But he gets dipped in the river Styx.
Yeah.
And the only bit that's not invincible is his heel, which seems like the weirdest way of dipping a baby, holding it by the heel, just going, got enough grip, just dunking him in.
Surely you'd want to dip as much as you could.
I know you would, but that's why I would just let the baby drown in it, pull out.
But then he would be washed away.
No. You like, if you've got a hand,
you'd be like lightning quick.
No, you've got a hand just in front of it, so the Styx is going to, let's say, to the right, left to right. You've got a hand in front of the baby. Just dip it in, pull it out. That's it. It's not going to run away from you.
I think you should have some words to Zeus.
I'll go to the temple after this then, I guess.
Yeah.
No, wait, we're in Aberdeen. The Aberdeen temple's to Athena.
What a shame.
God communication lines are like pretty fucking dire.
They're grim, yeah.
They've all got Blackberries, that's why.
Well, there goes our Blackberry sponsorship.
I really wanted a Blackberry, but not because I'm interested in phones or any bullshit. It's because of a South Park episode, and it's when Satan throws a Halloween party, his super sweet 16th Halloween party, and his assistant never shows up in any more episodes, and he's dressed as Captain America, and he's got like a big scar, and he's got white eyes. I can't remember his name, but then the three murderers, Gacy, Bundy, and Mikey Knight's on Dahmer. That's true.
Wow.
They're making the Ferrari cake, and then they break it, and then they phone him to say they've broken it, and he's like, "What? Get my Blackberry!" And I would just love to say that to somebody. I would love to have an assistant so I could go, "Fetch me my Blackberry," and then I'd get it, and I'd go, I don't need this.
Take it back.
I have no interest.
Take it away.
I have no interest in speaking to anybody. I don't even want to talk to you.
I had a Blackberry.
Good, bad.
Yeah, it was good. I had it. It was most of my phones until I turned maybe 17 were hand-me-downs, because like my sisters would have contracts and I'd have a pay-as-you-go phone. So when their contracts got upgraded, they would just be like, "Oh, we'll have it."
Wow, that's like a huge waste of like so much. Like all that stuff that goes into making phones and stuff, you have to mine from like the Congo. Like every precious metal essentially is now from war zones and Congos and stuff. So
sweet.
It's not sweet, really.
But yeah, so I had a Blackberry, and I think that was the first time that I had a phone that wasn't like passed down.
Oh right, the one you bought.
Well, yeah,
because
I was going to America when I was going to America. My mum bought me one like a couple of months beforehand, because back then it was all the rage. BlackBerry Messenger, right?
I don't know what that is.
Because you could text other Blackberries for free.
Okay.
So mum had a BlackBerry, my dad had a BlackBerry. So they thought, "Oh right, okay." So
they wanted to set up their own podcast network, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Talk.
Talk.
Yeah, that ended up not working because I couldn't get it on a different. Yeah, I couldn't get it on a different network over there. So
they've got weird fucking networks over there, don't they?
Yeah, well, it might be different now because it's been 5 years since I was in America. So
well, my mum bought my little brother and sister iPhones a couple of weeks ago, and they both broke them on the same day yesterday.
Nice.
And it's her own fault. One of them is 15. And the other one is either 8 or 11. I don't know how old they are. I'm serious. I've really very little idea of when my little sister, how old she is. Because Gooby's easy to remember the age of, because born in 2000. That's easy. Right. No problem there. Amelia's born fucking, I don't know. Sometimes she has existed. And I've no idea how old she is. And why would you give an 8 or 11-year-old a mobile? They don't have any friends. They don't have any real need.
Yeah, one of my cousins, her daughter has Facebook.
Fuck.
And has had Facebook for a while.
I don't like my little brother having Facebook. He's 15. Alex has got him as a friend because he was meant to stay with us for one weekend to hang out. And I was like, "Why the fuck do you have Facebook? You don't have any friends. You're 15. I didn't have any friends until I was like 25.
25.
You're 24. I know." I wouldn't, because I was weirded out by my friend when I was in high school. My friend Matthew had Facebook, and we were both 16. I was like, "What the fuck? Why do you need that?" And then he told me why. But I was never a big people or MySpace guy.
Yeah, I've been on Facebook for 6 years now.
Jesus.
So yeah, I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was no idea how old. I must have been 18 or 19.
But then it didn't I went through a phase where I posted quite a lot on Facebook, but now it's.
You're very intermittent. The most Facebook activity you're going to get is coming from me, and I'm going to be sending you a picture of Tom Brady a day.
Fucking Tom Brady.
Why do you not like Tom Brady? Because I am fascinated by the man.
Why are you fascinated by him? That's what I'm more interested in.
He's a supervillain.
He is a supervillain. That's why I don't like him.
That's why I like him.
Because I think
Also, I've got a question. What does it matter if he's deflated any balls? Because they all have to play with it anyway.
No, they would have swapped. They would have reinflated them. I don't know.
No, you can't reinflate them during a game though.
Yeah, but the play stops every 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but then, what, they get a new ball each turn?
Don't know.
They don't play any trap cards, or tap any mana either, do they?
No.
Fuck.
But, right, so the
American
reason that
soccer is so confusing.
Well, you know how here Manchester United, right, are like the...
No, I don't.
Right,
Seriously.
okay, right. In sports, there are typically teams that dominate like like the rest of the competition.
Like the Chicago Bulls.
Sure.
They're the best basketball team, probably. I don't know. Michael Jordan played for them. He's the best basketball player. So.
But, yeah, so by winning, they have more money than the other teams. And, like, the NFL kind of, like, tries to fight that with, like, drafting and how their drafting's done. But, so, like, for football in Scotland, it's Celtic. In England, it's Manchester United. People like these teams because they're good.
Okay.
Right? You know, and, like, I can get that, right? You know, I can get, like, you like seeing a team succeed, and it's fun cheering for a team, and then, you know, watching them do that. But when you like a team, when you pick the team purely because, oh, they were good at the time, right? And they're still good. Like, fuck that. You know? Like, the Patriots are that team in America.
I love the Patriots.
It's just like, fuck that. Fuck Tom Brady. Right? Rob Gronkowski is a really good player.
Who's Rob Gronkowski?
He's the guy that catches the ball when Tom Brady throws it. And he catches the ball well. What are you doing?
I'm checking my face. I shaved and I think I missed a bit. Is it noticeable?
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's alright, that's fine.
Don't see what
You're quite close, so if I'm going to cheat on Alex today, they probably won't notice either.
Right, whoa, it got weird. But yeah, I just think, like, people like the Patriots because they're good, and then it's just like Tom Brady's just such an obvious asshole.
Why is he such an obvious asshole? He doesn't seem to have done anything asshole-ish.
But you can just tell.
Are you just angry at him because he's handsome and talented? Because I get that all the time. And
what, people hating you or you
fuck
hating
yeah. People hating on me, they're like, no way, it's you.
I don't need to be jealous of people who are handsome and talented because I'm far superior in both aspects.
Well, you rule the world, Mike.
That's true.
That's true. You've gave up your heavenly
no, like
power.
I just think Tom Brady's he's so overrated. Like,
yeah, but he probably is overrated.
He's not that. He's genuinely he's not that good a quarterback.
Right. I think you're incorrect.
Like he's above average.
I've got his stats here. He's got 89% of being good. Like,
being good. Talking about pass completion.
Yeah. His that's incredible. And if I know anything about American soccer, football, snooker, it's that's an important thing. If you're the quarterback.
But he relies a lot on his offensive line as well. Because
okay,
he takes long. Yeah.
That's not him being an asshole. That's the game.
I just don't like him.
I think it's totally unfair to hate somebody just because.
No, I think it's totally fair. They're the Manchester United of the NFL, and fuck Tom Brady. It's on the Mike Taylor Pyramid of Greatness. Right. Tom Brady, fuck that guy.
I want to talk about that.
You want to talk about my Pyramid of Greatness?
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up because it has fascinated me. It annoyed me and it fascinated me. And
anyone, I might post it on the Facebook page.
Please do.
But anyone who has watched Parks and Rec, there's the Ron Swanson Pyramid of Greatness.
Yeah.
And I improved it with the Mike Taylor Pyramid of Greatness.
You've got a bit on it that I know it does not improve anything.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't improve the world. It makes the world.
Okay, people have asked me.
The best thing about this Pyramid of Greatness though is your two faces beside it. Because one of them's clean shaven.
One of them is clean shaven. Yeah. A lot of people have asked me why I put things that I don't like on the Pyramid of Greatness. Right.
I can't read it. It's too small. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. Screen grab.
People have asked me why I put stuff I don't like on it, and that is because you stay the fuck away from those things.
Oh, is that a warning to yourself? Essentially?
Yeah, like light mail. Fucking stay away from light mail.
Already. The Mike Taylor Pyramid of Greatness. So you've got people, and then I don't really know what it says.
Can't remember.
Never something trust. Let me
see it. Because if I see it, I'll be able to read it. Oofed.
I just want to charge through a few things. I don't actually want your quotes.
Never, never abuse trust placed in you, and never take others for granted.
Oh, okay.
That's a good message. That is a good message. That is bottom tier, by the way.
Right, but I'm confused about this Mike Taylor permanent greatness. Do
Why?
you need to have these things? Or is it just things that
like
are
these
great?
are like things that you should bear in mind.
That doesn't make any sense, Mike.
Why?
Because the Ron Swanson one was like things to do to make you great.
No, it wasn't.
Because his exact words at the end are, you will go from boys to men, men to gladiators, and if you're successful, gladiators to Swansons.
Yeah.
That's to get to be a Swanson.
Yeah, no, but like his thing, like one of his is old wooden ships.
Yeah.
Like, how
Because
do you
you'd
be
eventually
that?
you make an old wooden ship. Or you have a painting of it. Okay, then explain, why is violence on the Mike Taylor permanent greatness? Because you're a non-violent person.
I am a non-violent person. Or it's only in self-defense.
Vegans. Right, why is vegans on
Fuck vegans.
Okay,
man.
but then they shouldn't be on the permanent greatness.
No,
they should be
they
on
should,
a pyramid
because
of
you
weakness.
stay away from vegans and
I
you'll
go
be great.
vegan. I go vegan every year
Fuck
for a
off.
little while.
Fuck
I don't
off.
manage it for very long, but I try. Because you'd all try new things.
No, vegans are just wrong. Vegans are wrong. That's it. That's the name of this episode. Vegans are wrong.
Wait, why sleep on this? It's on a bottom tier. So
let me
is
see
it something you need less of?
Where's sleep? Oh yeah, a well-rested man is a capable man.
Oh, fuck you. What's your definition of sleep then?
Well, it's different for
how
everyone.
many hours do you need?
It's different for everyone.
You say that, but like, let's say that you've got the canon. What's your canon of sleep?
Well, I sleep between 7 to 9 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. That's far too much sleep.
But then, yeah, like some people can get by on 4.
Yeah, you only need 4 and like fucking.
Some people only need 4.
You only need 4 and then 10 Pro Plus tablets and 60 apples. That's all. Attire. Like, what do you mean by attire? Because you wear Hawaiian shirt.
Let me see. Like honestly, it's been a long time. It's been over a year since I made this. So where's the tire? Fucking hell, I should know this. Oh, there it is. Skinny jeans are for women and eunuchs. That's an important lesson.
I am neither a woman or a eunuch.
Well, you fucking may as well be.
Why?
Like, skinny jeans are just pointless, man.
They're not pointless.
But they really are.
You wear a good pair of skinny jeans and you've got like a banging ass, then...
Already do.
Yeah, alright, cool. But like, imagine you wearing a pair of skinny jeans, that'll just
Don't need
show the curves off of it. Like, the definition of that ass. Girls love 2 things in the world. Chocolate and asses. And butts. And big old booties.
And the crack.
Bums. And hot dog buns. big old molehills. Rumps. Cakes.
Donkeys.
Puppy tails. There you go. That's
Puppy tails. Is that are we out of ass?
ass you. They love abs and butts. That's the main thing.
Abs and butts.
Japanese architecture. You like Japanese
I did
architecture?
spell. I have to note that I spelled architecture wrong in that bit. But yeah,
What, you like it?
I do.
I
think
it's alright,
Japanese
it's alright.
architecture is beautiful.
Yeah, it looks quite nice.
Yeah.
This confuses me. Like, do you want to like give this to like people or what? Like,
Actually,
do you want
I
to
was-
one day present this to Keith and go?
This is
"Right, on
interesting
you go."
actually, because I was talking about one of my flatmates, Mark. He
I
does
could
architecture.
never make one of these.
He does architecture, and they have these massive printers,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to get him to print off
The
a
Mike
copy of the
Taylor
Mike Taylor Permanent
Greatness.
Greatness so I can hang it above my bed.
Well, you know what? See if people listen to us, spread
Yeah.
it, and get enough. We'll make it available,
Oh,
As a
that
print.
that would be amazing.
and then I'll print you a real permanent greatness to get to where you should be.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be amazing.
You
That's,
could get small A4 prints. You could get big fucking
posters. Yeah.
poster one. There you go. That's our first idea for
Yeah.
merchandise, other than the badges, which are just
Yeah.
slagging people off, really. Mostly Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But like, attire? What do you consider good attire then? Because my favorite animal is the peacock, because it's the demon bird of hell.
The demon bird of hell.
Fuck, peacocks pound for pound could fuck up lions.
Well, I do love Hawaiian shirts,
Why? They're so lame.
but they're not. They're not. They're the greatest article of clothing.
Alright, here's the thing. History might well be on your side though, because it's been a while,
Okay.
but I'm going to talk about it again.
Okay.
Mikey Knight.
Ooh.
Mikey Knight is an unaware fashion aficionado.
Okay.
He has been rocking those snapbacks since he was about 6 years old.
Yeah.
And when the whole world was like shouting at him, "You fucking dirty Marshall prick," he was like, "No, go fuck yourself." Loved them.
Okay.
And now they're huge. The same people that shout that wear them.
Yeah.
Mikey Knight was wearing check plaid shirt things, kind of what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
When he was a kid, and everyone was like, "Oh, fucking Kurt
Yeah,
Cobain's
lumberjack.
yeah, Kurt Cobain's dude." And now you've got like the whole lumberjack, lumber hunk thing going on.
Lumber hunk.
He's been wearing the same pair of black girls' elastic band waist skinny jeans since he's 13. And the whole world's like, "Fucking faggot." Skinny jeans are huge for a good couple of years now. Those like 80s Marty McFly sneaks, wearing them since he was a kid, and people were like slagging off for it. And they're huge. They're massively popular now. Wearing like kitten t-shirts and shit. Wearing anything that you would think a psycho methed out freak would wear in a trailer park, Mikey wears.
Right.
And at the time, people were just like, "No, it's shite. It looks terrible." And it comes into style a year or two later. He's like an unknowing god of fashion. He just doesn't understand that he is, because he works by the prospect of, "No, if I wear it, it's cool." And he's fine with it. He wears like Macho Man Randy Savage t-shirts, and he's a big metalhead fan because he's got a lot of like metal t-shirts. And who wears metalhead t-shirts more than anyone? Fans of it, but even more so people who aren't fans. They're just interested in fashion. Mikey Knight is like a god of fashion, and just the rest of the world catches up to him. He doesn't catch up to the rest of the world, because a couple of years ago he bought 2 things from TK Maxx which still make me like laugh and cringe at the same time, and I'm still amazed by how great a reception he gets wearing them. He bought like a 90s green puffer rave jacket.
Okay.
That he was like, "No, fucking cool as fuck." Loves it, and everyone loves it. It's coming back. And he bought a tweed suit, and then he would wear it with a cowboy hat, and people wouldn't look at him like he was weird. They'd be like, "That looks really smart on Mikey." And you're like, "What the fuck? Look at this guy. Did you know that twirly mustache bullshit hipsters do? He's been doing that for years with super glue. He's not even been doing it with wax. He super glues it together. He twirls his little tash, and now it's huge. You've got those pricks getting the tattoo of a mustache on their finger. Mikey is ahead of the game on pop culture than anybody else.
There you go then.
You need to keep up with Mikey. Mikey at the time will be doing stuff that you're like, "That's not okay, man, spending 16 hours a day on eFucked and Rotten.com. That's what's going to be huge soon."
Wow. But like, I think that
he's a trendsetter.
Yeah, like that's fine. But I mean, I don't really care for trends.
That's
like it
okay.
really
It doesn't matter that you
faze
don't
me.
care.
But people do.
The rest of the world doesn't. Mikey Knight is the guy that these fashion houses
I like
steal
Hawaiian
from.
shirts.
That's my point. He loves Hawaiian shirts too.
Yeah, like
so
I
history's
think,
on your
I think
side.
They're
It's not on
about,
my side.
I think they're about due a comeback, purely so that I can get more.
Mikey Knight starts wearing more, they'll be big in about 6 months.
Yeah, because like,
if you want more to come back, you might want to just send Mikey Knight some money so you can buy some from wherever the hell he buys his clothes, and they'll be back pretty soon.
They're really hard to find, Hawaiian shirts, because
they
like come in for like a month this summer, and then there's like 2, and then that's it.
He's an incredible guy. I speak about him all day. I was talking to him the other day. It was mind blowing. I sent him a joke saying, "I saw you in eFuck the other night," and he was like, "No man, she's actually 47, don't believe the rumors." And I was asking what he's getting up to, and he's like, "I was like at concerts in Manchester, and like, did you get time off work?" And he was like, "No, just didn't show up." And then but he still works there. He works at the Tesco garage, and he's just an incredible guy. Because we were meant to play, he got in touch with me, I was on my PS4 playing the Phantom Pain, and then he went, "Oh, do you want to play GTA with me and some mates?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, just hit me up whenever." And
I find you hard to picture you being like, "Yeah, boy, hit me up."
Talk pretty like that most of the time.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy, Flavor Flav. And he didn't show up, and I was like, "Hey man, are we playing this or what?" And he went, No, we're really deep into like this fucking Panda Dungeon or some fucking nonsense on WoW, so another time." I'm like, "Alright, cool, whatever."
Sounds like my kind of game, Panda Dungeon.
He's amazing. I need to get him up here sometime.
Yeah.
Well, he sent me and Mark a message. The Bronx are playing I don't know where. In December at some point. So if I'm going to see him in person, it'll probably be then. If I go, I might not. I don't know. Because Alex wants me to go to an Alt J gig, and I'm not really interested.
That doesn't sound fun.
No, I like Alt J. I'm just not really interested in going to London to see him.
Fair enough.
Or Glasgow, wherever the fuck they're playing. I don't know.
One of the two.
Do you want to hear about a bar story and why old women are the final evolution of bitches?
Okay, go for it.
These two old ladies come up.
Yeah.
And they're essentially regulars for me because I'm there every weekend. I now kind of have regulars in that I see people a lot. And I feel double sad each time I see them. I feel worse for them every time I recognize them.
You have returned.
The fact that I know their names really annoys me. And they order tea.
One of their names Clarice.
I'm not telling you their names.
No. I'm going to call her Clarice.
Go ahead.
Clarice and Juliet.
Yeah, and they're both Broadway dancers. So they ordered tea, and I think you've probably seen me at work. I am very, very little interaction verbally with people.
Yep.
So she's at the bar bit, and I'm making the tea. She goes, "Take the bags out," and I'm just like, "Right, cool, whatever." I just put a thumbs up. I don't speak to her. And then I'm making it, and then I've got the milk, and she goes, "Just one for milk," exact same, not verbal, just I can hear you. It's all good. I give her it, pay it, and I'm like, "Thank you." There's tea. Enjoy tea. And then she goes back to her seat with her mate, and she goes, "He didn't listen to me. He took the tea bags out." And I just went, "No, it ain't, you old bitch." And then the other woman, she's got a spoon.
Wait, so they said take the tea bags out?
No, they said leave the tea bags in, sorry. I mistook it. And then I left them in. And then she's going back to her friend, like, smothering Emily Ross style anger of, "You took the tea bags, so you not to leave it in." And then her friend's got like a plastic spoon, and she goes, "No, I left them in." And then she went, "Well, he probably forgot to take them out." And I was like, "Wait, what? I did what you wanted, and you're still pissed off at me." That is such going the extra mile to think the worst of someone.
Oh, right.
And all old ladies do that.
I've said before, like, I think that old people are the worst to serve. Like, as someone who has to interact with a customer. Old people are the worst to serve, but the best to clean up after.
Sometimes,
because they just it's like they were never there.
Yeah,
they'll make a massive fuss about anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it used to be you didn't have to worry about this because you'd die off when you were 50, but because of how good our health system is,
that bastard NHS
you just live forever essentially. And the problem is, I think once you're old enough to not care, you're also like old enough to not give a shit about how the world doesn't revolve around you anymore. Yeah. So when you've got changing attitudes to anything, older people are always going to be like, "That's bullshit. It's not like that when I was a kid." Yeah, that's a good thing.
But I'm like that now.
You're like that now.
I like that. I don't like it. Make it stop.
You're like that over like bullshitty little things. You're not like that over civil rights or stuff. No, whereas older people are more like my granddad amazes me because he's such an incredibly liberal dude.
Oh, really?
He's incredibly, like...
It's unusual when people talk about their grandparents to hear liberal.
Oh, he's incredible, dude. He's so bizarre.
Yeah.
But he's very much on, like, rights for everybody. He doesn't care who you are. He's this hardline Catholic, but he has no problem with, like, if something's just wrong, he's got not any problem with just going, "No, they're wrong, and this is the right thing to do." And then you're like, "Why do you think that?" And he goes, "It's just the right thing to do." "Are you informed by God?" And he went, "I don't need God when I know that it's okay for two people to be gay and get married." I'm like, "But marriage is kind of bullshit, Granddad." And you're like, "Whatever, fuck yourself."
Whatever.
My Granddad's just as gangster as me. Whatever, fucker. Right. He's a very cool guy. He's one of the old people. He's not really that old though. He's only 64.
That's quite young, yeah.
I'm from a long family of sexually active teenagers, really. I was the disappointment because I didn't get anybody pregnant.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
That you know of.
Probably haven't.
That you know of.
That I know of. For all I know, there's
always the chance.
Numerous.
Condoms only work 93% of the time.
It's 98%.
So 98.
But I did have a one girl that I caught poking holes in a condom.
Oh, really?
It was really weird.
That is pretty bizarre.
It's really fucked up. I wasn't going out with her. I was just kind of.
You just walked into a bathroom and she like looked up like
what up?
Like a mix between Gollum and deers in a headlight.
She was like a mix from Silence of the Lambs. "See the blood!" I'm like, "Oh Jesus, no!"
"Oh no, I've been caught!" And she dove out the window.
she dug a hole in the garage bathroom and then put on a little.
Oh well, garage, that makes sense.
Shut up. And then put on like a little headlight, rolled it under, and then went up and rumbled, and then. She was just playing. Do you know what? No, that's not playing around. That's fucked up. We didn't go out. We were just kind of having our evil way with each other, so it was okay.
Oh right, okay, right.
Yeah.
Made it sound like you just sort of like appeared. Some strange woman was.
Well, if you've got to the age of 24 and you've not met any strange women, you've wasted your life and your time.
Yeah, well, I was speaking to Andre at work, one of the new guys that you obviously don't know.
I know who he is.
And
he said something very lame.
He asked me who my least favorite person on the planet was.
Sorry, Deschanel.
My first question was, do you want the funny answer or do you want the serious answer? And he was like, enter me, Zoe Deschanel. I mean, I actually got talking about it. It was one of my ex-girlfriends. And
who was Zoe Deschanel?
Who was Zoe Deschanel? Oh!
She molested you because you were far too young for that relationship. Zoe Deschanel molested Mike Taylor. Everyone should know this legally happened.
That did not happen.
And she then bumped off to do New Girl, and it's like Jimmy Page when he had sex with that 14-year-old. The world just likes Jimmy Page, so they forgot he molested that chick. Zoe Deschanel molested this poor boy.
You know, but 90% of like the male population would be like, yeah, it's fine. Like, good for him.
So what?
You got molested by Zoe Deschanel.
I was never good.
People seem to want to have sex with her, and I don't understand it.
I don't think they actually want to have sex with her. They just kind of want to hold her hand.
Yeah, anyway.
Right,
but, so I was like, oh, he was like, oh, how come? And I was like, well, she was kind of crazy. And she was kind of crazy. She was very crazy. And she might listen to this. No, it's not the ones that I'm talking about.
Even if they are, every girl doesn't think they're crazy. Nobody thinks they're crazy.
But anyway, it's the most recent of my ex-girlfriends. And he's like, oh, hi. She was crazy. It's like, every man has 3 things that he needs to do in life, right? It's pay his taxes, die, and have a crazy ex-girlfriend. That's just it. That's it.
Okay.
Do you not agree?
No.
Why?
Well, first off, governments just get in the way of people like being who they should be, so you shouldn't pay your taxes at all. So I don't believe you should.
Yeah, but you'll go to jail if you don't pay your taxes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's like certain ways to get around it. Become a student for one. Just be a student forever.
Forever.
You can just pay to be going to college, and then you're a student. You're technically a student.
Yeah, but I mean, if you spend like the £1,200 tuition fees.
For college, you get cheap courses at college.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's only if you're in full-time education.
Fuck it, just say you're full-time and just like go. Like, you can make it work, alright? Fuck paying taxes. We shouldn't have governments anyway, because they do just get in the way of people doing what they're meant to do. I fucking hate governments, man. They really annoy me. Like, I'm not... Actually, I am. Kill any government official. That's my statement.
Oh, jeez.
You don't need them.
There's more that I have to say there.
Because Belgium
I don't encourage...
didn't have a government for the longest time. I think it might now.
Yeah, but there's a reason why Belgium's my least favourite place in the world.
Belgium, during the time it didn't have a government, it had no politicians. All the civil services were still being paid. All the, essential work being done, like garbage men, policemen, all that kind of stuff, they were still working perfectly fine. They just didn't have any asshole politicians pretending that they had a job. Most first world places have got asshole politicians that think they're important and that they represent people, and they don't. You don't need government. Governments just get in the way.
Well, career politicians by nature are out of touch with the community.
Exactly. So why do we keep encouraging these people by voting?
Because
right
like
now,
the way that the political, like especially in Britain, like places like Britain and America, because that's really where I know that the government's more. People are given a choice. You know, you're given we're a democracy.
No, you just said it perfectly well the first time. You're given democracy.
Yeah,
it's not a choice. There's never a choice.
It's here are the people that you can choose from.
That's
if we were a true democracy, a genuine vote would be that I don't like any of these candidates.
Yeah, that was what I voted.
But that's not a vote.
It is a vote. You can put what's it called? There's like a good vote. There's a good name for it. It's not a vote of no confidence. It's none of the above. That's it. That's what I put on it. I put none of the above.
But that wasn't an option.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
If you just score out the other names.
Oh, and write none of the above.
None of the above. It gets counted as none of the above.
That's no, it's not. It doesn't.
It does. It gets counted. It gets
doesn't
counted.
because
I
if you mark a voting paper in any other way, it doesn't.
It
just
does.
Doesn't,
I'm telling you.
They just look at it and go, "That's a pile of shit."
No,
It's
if you put none of the above, it gets counted. It's legal that they have to count. If it clearly states none of the above, it gets counted.
I don't think that's right.
That's alright, because you can look it up and find out I'm right.
I will.
Unlike, by the way, he did retract something last week, but Quentin Tarantino never make it. He totally he made $500 million on Django.
Did he?
Yeah, he made 400 to 500 million on Django. That's the first time he did it though, so kind of get around it. And he probably made more than 100 million on Inglourious Bastards too. But I'm telling you,
I think he
none of the
probably
above.
made quite a lot of Kill Bill.
No, actually, he made like more than the budget. He made a profit, but not like worldwide. But yeah, none of the above totally works because that's the only right option anyway.
I don't know. I think that there are definitely good politicians.
Like who?
Well, Bernie Sanders is really
Okay, but he's still playing that game. I get annoyed when I see anybody that has great ideology. They are playing the game. By the very point of him being a politician, he's playing that game. If you legitimize these people by saying, me, someone who actually cares, still has to do the same nonsense they do, you're legitimizing them as well. You legitimize anybody when you vote for someone. Even if you're voting for Bernie Sanders, you legitimize the bullshit he has to go through and the bullshit of that system.
Yeah, but then that's the only way that you're ever going to get a change.
No.
But
it would change overnight if people just stopped that stuff. If your tax came in and they went,
you can't
no.
convince like 65 million people to not vote in Britain or however many 100 million there are in America.
Yeah, but that's a problem with people, not a
You
problem
just,
with
like,
thinkers.
Yeah, but like
that's an indoctrination problem. That is a problem with people being told democracy is important.
Yeah, but then like what the difference between the solution that I'm posing and the solution that you're posing is mine is embedded in realism. You're like,
there's no reason why mine wouldn't be, because there was a time when this didn't exist, and it could very easily go back to that time.
Yeah, but you're never gonna like. It's too ingrained in people.
Yeah, that's a problem. You need to get rid of that.
Yeah, but I'm saying the only way that's going to happen is by getting people like that, and like Bernie Sanders.
I disagree with you. He's never going to change that system. He might change. No, now that I think about it, if Bernie Sanders even won, which he's not, he will not win, which is a real shame for anybody that has common sense or even cares about other people. He will not win. But even if he did, he would not get enough done. In the same way that...
In that you think like 8 years is too few.
8 years is not enough time, and even then, you've still got the same problem. You've got hundreds, if not thousands of people that are wanting to play politics, which is not a real thing. Politics don't exist. They were made up when people went, I'm in charge of you because I have more cattle than you, so I have to be in charge of you. It all came from survival at one point, which is food. And these people went, I need some kind of way of representing how much more food I have than you. Oh, I'm going to say that I just have more than you. I have more power than you. It doesn't exist. Politics is not a real thing. So even if Bernie Sanders is in charge, he's got like congressmen and state senators and governors. Yeah, the president's
it's really just a figurehead. It's someone to point blame at.
Kind of. There's like, it's got the 3-tier system. It's the executive, the Congress, is it?
Couldn't tell you
something. But
it's been too long since I studied this.
I get really annoyed about politics because it shouldn't exist. There's no need for politicians. That is not only a waste of everybody's time listening to them lie about caring about other people, it's a waste of their time as well. I imagine everybody that donates their life to politics could be doing something far more interesting. Far more...
Well, like David Cameron could be molesting dead pigs.
He could, or for all we know, he's like a really good painter. He could be an amazing painter.
For some reason, I don't see big DVC.
Well, we don't know, because he spent his entire life being told you need to go into politics because you're richer than everybody else, and you need to show these plebs how to run a country by ripping them off. Yeah. So it wouldn't amaze me if he has no talent outside of being told what to say, which is a shame. That's a waste of that man's life. Just like it's a waste of anybody who's born into a monarchy's life, that they're told you're important because of your genes. It's a waste of their time. They're not doing anything. They're not contributing anything. I'm just fucking sick of it. I want to live in a dystopian. Wow. I don't understand why why people legitimize and play the game of thinking that voting for somebody else matters. I hated being told as a kid, not a kid, like a teenager, which is a kid, it's like, oh, democracy is important because you need to choose your leaders. I'm like, why? I don't want a fucking leader. I'm sick of people telling me what to do, and I'm 14. I'm not going to get more comfortable with being told what to do the older I get. I'm just going to get more mad about it. And now you have me here where I hate being told what to do by anybody. I hate it when I've got a door that says push. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm not pushing that. I hate being told what to do, much in the same way that I hate telling other people what to do. It's not my place to tell other people what to do. I can shout at them that they're wrong about stuff, but I would then never take it away from them, that they can continue to spout stupid beliefs that Kingsman's a good movie. They can keep that belief. They're wrong as hell and they should die.
I enjoyed Kingsman.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
We've talked about this,
but I would never take that away from you. I would never take away that right. Whereas a government can take that away from you. Very easily they can then restrict what you're doing. And they've done it before. In Australia, as much as I want to pander to them and be big in Australia, has really strict censorship.
It does.
And that's not right. And that's a government that did that.
It's true.
Kill every politician you see. And British person.
For fuck's sake. It's just like shit Jordan says that Mike has to then backtrack over.
But when he backtracks over it, he just shows he's for censorship, so it's alright.
Only because I don't want people hacking my fucking...
Nobody's gonna hack anything off. People are inherently lovely.
I am very wary about pissing the internet off.
Why?
Because they could hurt me.
Nah, they're lovely.
I think that the internet can be lovely.
Yeah,
but it can also be terrifying and mean.
Take your word for it. I don't spend a lot of time on it, so
I don't think if people are like, oh, that fucking Mike guy's like a fucking pleb, like screw that guy, he doesn't know what he's on about. But
I want to get like bad support on the internet now. They're just like, you know what, he's right, fuck this. You get those deep web darknet guys on your side, you'll run the world, you'll be fine. Those guys that are on a Tor. Yeah. You heard about Tor?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting it, but I'm also freaking the fuck out over getting it. I'm like so scared of getting it because it's perfectly legitimate, it's legal. I'm just still like freaked out. I don't want to like click on it, go to like Hedon Woot, and then a soul demon will come out of my CD drive and just go, you come with me now in the Hedon Woot, and then I'm like, no, I'm falling into the onion writer, no. And then I'll haunt the byways of the internet. I'll be. Wow. Do you know what I will be when I get Tor?
What?
I'll be that message that occasionally shows up in your Facebook feed saying, one day a boy downloaded Tor. His soul was sucked in past 6 people or he'll kill you. And then you go, don't kill me, and I'll come out and just be like, nah, I'll pull you into the screen. Make you a Cronenberg.
Oh, what have I done? Oh no, I've knocked something off.
Oh, you've broke stuff,
oh, no.
Mike.
Get back in there.
What did you do this week?
What did I do this week? I spent a lot of time playing Shadow Mordor. I say a lot of time. It was a very short game.
Like it? Too short though.
It was too short. I think like the gameplay was really good. The plot was kind of meh. Mm-hmm. Have you played it?
No, I'm not a big fan of. I'll buy a game every 5 months maybe, right. And Shadow Mordor looked to me like Assassin's Creed, but as
it was. Yeah, I mean, it was. I think it's the same sort of
same system, same style. Nah, it doesn't appeal to me.
Like combat was really easy. It just felt like a game that they sort of thought like people will buy it and it'll be like average reviews, but we'll make a lot of money on it. Mm-hmm. Which probably happened because like
I've heard it like received all right.
Well, I mean maybe like because I'm really into Lord of the Rings, so I sort of go like they could have repackaged it as like a fantasy game, and like.
Oh, you would have preferred it if it was like an original creation.
Yeah, like there's nothing particularly about it. Like the premise of the game is that you play. Is that you play a ranger who, it's like the time the game's set in is really weird as well because you're in Mordor, mm-hmm. right? But there's grass everywhere, right? So like
that's not that crazy though.
No, but like
grass somewhere.
Yeah, but like Mordor is depicted in books and film as like
dinosaur times.
No,
there was no grass in dinosaur times.
Dinosaur. Is like this sort of like volcanic wasteland,
I know.
very industrial, and like so it's all fucking green and
Is it
happy.
possible that that's not Mordor?
That
you're a bit
it could be
mistaken?
you could be the area around because like I kind of
Shadows over the bit around Mordor.
is a far lesser type.
Shadows over Inverurie.
You do travel to an area outside of Mordor.
Okay.
So there are two areas, but like it's very it's like a very watered down Assassin's Creed where it's just like
It's orcs
go
and
here,
shit.
go here, kill the guy. Like it's got a really cool system of like so you're a ranger and you're hunting down Sauron's
Lieutenants?
yeah, and that's cool. But there's also like inner politics between them, so like they challenge each other for power and like move up the ranks, and you can manipulate that. And I think that's really cool.
But that would make more sense to do with an original property.
Exactly.
Because the problem with that game to me is, well, I know the end of the story anyway, so nothing I do makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be resolved between two hairy hobbits and one slimy hobbit. And the slimy one's going to fall into a volcano after the annoying hairy one goes, nee, and then the fat hairy one goes, Mr. Frodo.
No, Mr.
And then the slimy one goes, nee, but more so than the hairy annoying one. And then he's fallen into the thing, and he's like, heroin. And then the slimy hobbit dies.
Right. Anyway.
And then some birds pick them up.
But yeah, there was
Take them away.
there was So I do think it would have been better as like
An original property would make more sense as well.
It totally would. Yeah.
I think that
because like.
things.
It would make sense. Like that's why I say that the timing is really weird because you meet Gollum, you run into
That's
Gollum,
annoying.
yeah, and it's evident that it's after The Hobbit, but it's before Lord of the Rings, right? But like
That's all right, though.
the
He
way
was
that the
dicking about
game,
Mordor.
the way that the game is introduced is that it's been like 2,000 years after the war, the first war, the War of the Last Alliance of Men and Elves.
So Jesus has been crucified at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Millennium Bug is not really going to hurt the Shire.
Yes, right.
I'm with you.
So, so you're like a ranger on the Black Gate, which is just stupid because like that makes no sense whatsoever.
Don't like the orcs and shit rule the Black Gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, but then it's been a while since I've read any like Silmarillion or whatever.
Okay.
So I suppose it could be possible. But anyway, right. So you're a ranger on the Black Gate, and the orcs storm it and kill your wife and son.
What?
Yeah, right. And then they kill you, right?
So you're brought back from the dead.
Yeah.
You're a zombie.
Kind of, yeah, but like
But he's
they never
sexy.
really explain that. Like they slit his throat, right? And then he gets like sort of like tied to this wraith, right? Who
Like a
is-
ring wraith?
No, he is like he's the guy that forged the rings with Sauron. So this is going into Silmarillion stuff.
I remember bits of the Silmarillion.
Right, so
I remember Fëanor.
there was there was dope as fuck, yo.
He's dope as fuck, man.
Fëanor, whoop whoop.
Him and that
Right,
wolfhound,
so
they're
anyway.
like, arr.
When the rings were before the rings were made, Sauron came to a different race of elves, like the elves that we see in the films are
Sindar or some shit.
something like that. Whereas he went to the Noldor, and then he went to them as like under the guise of like this beautiful angel.
I remember that. He's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, it's Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, right? Getting right up there in the knowledge, right?
Minwë, Lord of Wind. That's one.
Manwë.
Go fuck your mother's way. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, so he went to them as this angelic guy, and said, "Oh, I've got all this knowledge that I'd like to share with you." And then they made the 16 rings.
Oh.
So they're 9 for men and 7 for dwarves.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then
3 for elves.
well, yeah, but so Sauron pretended to be this guy, taught Celebrimbor, and then together they made the 16, and then Celebrimbor took all that he'd learned and made the 3 for elves.
And they're good rings anyway, because
They are
Gandalf's
good.
got one.
Yeah, they are good rings. So and then that's why when Sauron made the One Ring, that the elves weren't corrupted because
I
he hadn't
see.
had a hand in making those 3.
So what happened to the dwarves?
The dwarves, I think,
Because they're
It doesn't-
technically
it
the
doesn't-
first race.
yes, they are
They are.
technically, but they're
Technically.
with the, like, you mean with the rings? It made them really like the what is it Thrain that you see in The Hobbit? Not Thorin, but Thorin's dad
Ugh,
or his uncle, whatever.
I can't remember.
Right, so the dwarf king that you see then, like, it's hinted that he had a ring, and that's why he got so greedy.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, but dwarves are different, so they didn't really get corrupted by them.
They were corrupt enough.
Yeah,
They were already living under the ground.
like it didn't turn them into ring wraiths.
What's right? I know you love Lord of the Rings,
Uh-huh.
but if you're like completely 100% honest with yourself, what's the best fantasy universe? Because I don't quite get the appeal.
I would say
Dragon
Lord of the
Age.
Rings. Oh, of video games.
Anything counts to me.
I would say
You still think Lord of the
I
Rings
would
is
say
the
Lord of the Rings.
most interesting one?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's just strange because I never got into Dragon Age. The first
I
one,
didn't get into it either.
the first one, I love Knights of the Old Republic. I think that's an incredible series.
But that's sci-fi, isn't it?
And then let me finish though. Made by the same company, and it's got the same battle system in the first game, but there's something about Dragon Age 1 which just doesn't work for me. I think it's really badly paced, and it gets quite interesting towards the end, but even then there's like such kind of obviously decisions. And I'm gonna sound like a dude, bro. I fucking love the second one because it's so streamlined, it's so stupid.
I've heard that I haven't played the second one, but the first one was really heavy on plot. And then
It was,
I've heard
and
that
that's
the second one just kind
fine.
of did away with that, but
Well,
improved the combat system.
People have argued that the combat system has been lessened in the second one,
Right.
which is fine because they're not 100% wrong. I just
So it's better in some aspects.
I think it was better, and also it only focused on this one city. And I'm a lot of the times much more interested in smaller areas that really explore that area.
Yeah.
But I also like having big globe-trotting adventures too.
Mhm.
And then Inquisition came out, which when I got it, I was like, this is brilliant. And now I fucking hate that game. Because it's actually got a pretty dope little plot. It's never boring. It keeps you doing a lot of stuff. And there's like bits of it where I was genuinely amazed at what was going on.
Yeah.
And then when I finished it, I was like, wow, that was great. I am never returning to this fucking thing again. Because you've got 4 races to choose from, 3 classes each, and then there's subclasses in each one, which would change your playing style. There's so many like character plot changes you can do. I had no interest in doing them. As soon as it was so strange that I was given such a huge game, and I went, no, once is enough. Because
Wow.
I don't know what it was. There must have been something about it, and I just didn't consider it fantasy very good. I thought it read quite a lot like somebody who really likes Game of Thrones and really likes Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And they went, oh, let's get those two together.
Yeah, and sort of mix it up.
It just didn't do it for me. Just in the same way that Game of Thrones doesn't really do it to me. And it's the same way Lord of the Rings I find risible in a lot of ways.
See, the main difference for me between Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings is that the Lord of, sounds maybe sounds weird, but the Lord of the Rings is it feels real. You know, you could almost believe that it happened.
Okay.
Whereas because of the way it's written,
ironic though,
because it's written as like this happened.
Well, that's
written as a historical document.
That's to me pretty ironic, seeing as everyone goes Grr Martin based the Game of Thrones chant on like the War of the Roses.
Yeah,
he's just basing it off of real life stuff.
Yeah,
but it's more interesting to me that you
I genuinely
are more attracted to the bullshit that you're like, yeah, but that sounds betterly written.
But it does. It's obviously not true, but it feels like it could be.
Do you think that's just exposure to it at the age that you got it though?
Maybe. But then when I saw Lord of the Rings, because I saw the first film before I was had any other interaction with it, I knew of it, and apparently I was read The Hobbit as a child, but I don't remember it.
I do remember reading The Hobbit because I remember visualizing bits of The Hobbit.
Yeah,
really fun.
But I have no recollection of being read The Hobbit.
Okay.
So when I saw Fellowship of the Ring, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It's like there's nothing in that. Absolutely nothing in that. Nothing happens. They go, they speak, they walk. That's it. Right? You know, the coolest bit was when they fight the troll.
Oh,
So it's like,
troll.
yeah, it's like 7.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's
Yeah.
totally fair at
You
that
know,
time.
like I had absolutely no appreciation for character or
Cinematography.
or any and it wasn't until maybe by the time that Return of the King had come out that I sort of got an appreciation for it. And then it wasn't until I was about 15 that I read the book.
And then you like just were there. You were
Yeah.
with it. See, I remember seeing them. People were going nuts over Lord of the Rings when it came out. It was fucking crazy. It was the first time I'd seen a cinema foyer full of people.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd seen it on cinema doors. The Lord of the Rings is full. There are no more tickets. Fuck off. Because Perth is very candid. It doesn't give a shit. It just, if they don't have any Twixes, they just go, there's no Twixes. Go fuck yourself. If school's closed for snow, they just go, it's fucking snowing, go home. Very candid place. It's not scared to call you a bitch and hit you. And that was crazy, because then the next day at school, everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
And like looking back, the big cinema screen in Perth is huge.
Yeah.
And it's way bigger than any of the ones in Aberdeen. It's so big.
That can't be right.
No,
Because
it's true.
Screen 5 is the biggest in Scotland.
No way, man.
It
I'm
is.
telling you, cinema in Perth is fucking massive. It's way bigger. Because each time I go into Screen 5, I'm like, there's no way this is the biggest one. This is tiny.
It's like 600 people.
There's 3 layers of the one in Perth, man. It's crazy how big that thing is.
Just check that out.
I need to check it
Fact
out.
check.
I'll get in touch with my friend Elke, because she works at this.
Oh, did she?
And that was nuts, because I saw like really big films there, and each time Lord of the Rings came out, it was always huge. It was always a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember people cheering at the end of Return of the King.
Yeah.
It was crazy, because that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We're not very...
Yeah. It's like my mum was in the went to Robin Hood Prince of Thieves
Ugh,
the first day it came out, yeah, and
that's a good segue.
yeah, well, like, and just talking about cheering when Sean Connery comes out at the end, apparently everyone stood up and applauded.
Nice.
Yeah.
The only other time I saw that happen, where people were like that excited they got up in their seats, was when I went to see Attack of the Clones. Strangely enough, I was near some people
when
that
it
went.
ended?
No, they applauded at the start. As soon as they were.
There'll be people that do that for Force Awakens.
Yeah, but I'm alright with that. I'm not quite happy with what's going to happen to us in about a month when James Bond comes out.
Yeah. That's gonna be sad.
I was thinking that we need to make a Bond cast where it comes out. Probably get Finlay back in. Finlay and Steve, actually.
A Bond cast.
Yeah, just talk about Bond for an episode.
Oh right, yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Yeah.
I love James Bond.
Okay, right. So I think that we're about time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Who are you sponsored by this week, Jordan?
You always ask me, they never fucking. I'm gonna ask Alex.
Okay, just take your time.
I'm well.
You dragging this out?
I'm not dragging that out. I'm just RGU's got like really shitty connection down here.
It's because we're in like the bowels of.
I know, that's my point. You're in the bowels so that when you're in class you have to pay attention because all your shit's turned off. Let's find out. Here we go. I'll be sponsored by Hollister Company.
Today I am being sponsored by being so angry at poorly written journalism articles that I rewrite them myself.
Oh, I want to hear about that. What did you read?
Well, you don't like esports, so it was
Oh,
about that.
esports, that's because of the devil. The devil takes the form of a peacock and he loves esports.
Wow. Right. Anyway, so there was an article and it basically said like a player is moving from one team to another, and then later, like within hours of that article being published, the team announced that he was re-signed.
What, to the original team?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the article that article was just massive speculation, claimed it was fact, and then So
what do you feel about how if a news agency or whatever has a story but they don't actually know any facts about it,
that really pisses me off.
they just then put a question mark Have you seen that?
Well, see, I think like there's like what bugged me, right? I'm going to fucking out them here, right? It was the Daily Dot, right? Is the name of the news quotation mark?
I get a lot of my news from like Vice.
and they said sources claim close to the Daily Dot and to the player have informed us, right, that this will happen, right? But in the headline said that it was definitely going to happen, right? So when you like that is instant deception. Mm-hmm. You know, when you click on that, like there's a big difference between he will move team to sources claim he will move team.
Okay, right? So like you're doing journalism. I'm going to assume you want to go into journalism of some.
I don't know. It's open.
I know it's open, but if you're like that, you then to me would have no interest in internet journalism in the slightest, like BuzzFeed. That's not your
BuzzFeed
bag.
Isn't journalism.
I know it's not. But
like I would say, Cracked is more journalism than.
No, I agree with you, but BuzzFeed has not only more viewers, it is in a lot of ways counted as a news source. When I think that's a real
BuzzFeed's
problem.
It's just like 7 reasons why.
No, Becky.
The latest 7 reasons why the latest season of Loose Women is the best one yet. Like,
first off, don't say a bad word about Loose Women. No, but you're right. I agree with you. I don't like BuzzFeed because it sounds like teenagers.
But then, if I was going to write for BuzzFeed,
would you try and change it then?
I would. I would try and improve the quality that they write.
Good. Like that's what I think.
You know, because I think like journalism, you can't really be picky with the jobs that you get.
But you can report on them in different ways.
You can, and there's a big difference between getting because the BuzzFeed will be designed towards what sells, as most journalism is. You know, like if that's why the Malaysian airline story was so big, is because so many people were interested in it that the media perpetuated that.
They didn't know anything.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the irritating thing.
They were getting money because of that. They were just, because they could they were
getting money because people were watching it, and that feeds your advertisers and just your reviews or whatever.
Yeah.
But that bugged me because you can report on something constantly and learn nothing new about it.
True.
And that's not news. I think, for example, that Cecil the Lion bullshit happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's no argument that lion was assassinated. But at the same time,
you've mentioned this before.
I know. But at the same time as that, 5 black people were killed.
Yeah.
In totally illegitimate shootings, which the week before was the important issue.
Yeah.
So the news sources at one point went, this lion is more important than these people. And I don't understand the moral way of doing that.
Well, the American way of doing stuff is ratings.
It was here as well.
And that has moved on. That has moved over from just being contained in America to internet and thus the rest of the world.
Well, that's the confusing thing, because the internet news sites, and they're not even, they're gossip sites. Perez Hilton is not a news site.
Perez Hilton is scum.
Yeah, he's a gossip site.
Yeah, you hear that, Perez.
Yeah, fuck you, Perez Hilton.
For coming for you.
First BuzzFeed, and BuzzFeed is also a gossip site.
That's true, but if I
but they get their news from actual news outlets, but then news outlets report on them taking their story from them.
Yeah.
If everyone, it's too easy for people to be bloggers.
Because it's so easy for people to be bloggers, the quality of journalism has plummeted.
Now I've got another question for you.
Okay.
We report on stuff.
We do.
Do you think we are stupidly higher quality reporting on stuff that's happened in the past and the present more efficiently than other people?
I think we would be classed as a current affairs program, not a news source.
Okay, but you know what I mean. You're still getting actual information and stuff. Do you think we're
I guess, but we don't really speak about news. We just sort of talk about stuff.
We could do a whole episode of just news because I'd be very angry if even our disjointed bullshit is more factually correct than stuff like BuzzFeed. That would really irritate me.
It could be possible. I don't know. It might be.
And also, we do something better than even Cracked. We retract stuff. Because a lot of outlets don't ever retract their stuff.
That's true.
Or if they do, they make it a tiny little show. I go out of my way to slay me.
Jordan last week was wrong.
Fuck that guy. I'm happy he's dead. Every week I am happy that the old version of me doesn't technically exist anymore.
But yeah, so my point is that I rewrote that article,
Okay.
and I've yet to send it in because I was like, well, I wanted to sleep on it to make sure that it was good, like it was a good rewrite, instead of just being, I can fucking write better than this, and I will, blah 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 blah, like, because then it could just, I could just churn out another pile of shite.
Well, that's something that bugged me.
Oh. For fuck's sake.
Just blank my girlfriend for this.
Oh, right, okay.
She's going to give it to me. The HuffPost. I really don't like the HuffPost.
Okay.
Even though our good friend Laura writes for them.
Yeah.
But that's different from the usual thing on the HuffPost, because the HuffPost doesn't hire reporters, I believe. They just hire bloggers to write stories.
Oh, is that what it is now?
I think it's been that way for a while.
Right.
Ariana Huffington has for a long time not had reporters, like journalists. So it makes sense to me. Like, it's great that Laura's thing's out there, but it's a factual account of her.
Yeah.
HuffPost has a lot of people reporting on other people.
Yeah.
And just
it's
filling in the
people,
blanks.
Right. People who blog don't know what they can and can't say.
So they just say anything.
You're so open to being sued.
Mm-hmm.
So open. Like, I could, like, I don't know, I could say, on this, I could say Zooey Deschanel is scum.
Oh, you have?
I think, right, that's the difference.
That's
is
different.
I think I do not like Zooey Deschanel. I don't, personally, but I could say she is an adulteress. She kills people. Yeah, she molests people. She steals from others. Like, those are allegations, right? She could sue me for that because that's defamation. That could hurt her image. Do you
think we're not a little bit protected though by being funny? Because then, okay, it's an allegation, but at the same time, if you've said it in a way that's not serious, that's different.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would fight that in a court of law, but like,
I think we'd win. Do you want to sue Zooey Deschanel?
No,
get loads of money.
No, I don't want to sue Zooey Deschanel.
I'll do it for you, mate. Don't worry. Well, we can wait till she tries to sue us, and then the court will be like, "These two are idiots. They clearly don't mean it. Give them some money." And then,
the argument is, like, would any reasonable person walking down the street assume that the way that what they said and the way they said it was
serious?
Was intentional and damaging.
Okay.
I
want to hear all about journalism next week. I'm genuinely fascinated by it. I just
Toby was doing that. He was asking me like about the journalistic process.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear it because I put down to do journalism at Napier and they didn't get in touch with me in time. So I was like, "Go fuck the matter."
See, they rejected me pretty quickly.
I didn't. I'm sorry, I said that. Now.
Sorry.
I got accepted.
Right. Right. That's us for this week.
Okay. Wait, who are you sponsored by?
I said it was sponsored by. I was sponsored by rewriting articles that I don't like.
That's not a sponsor.
That's a sponsor.
Something you do.
Fine, I was sponsored by the Daily Dot.
There you go. The Daily Dot, which cannot be trusted for anything.
Yeah, right, anyway, I'm submitting them that article again so that they fucking get it together. Anyway, this has been Games No Mojo for this week. Remember to like and subscribe and follow us on iTunes.
Wait, you need to tell them what to type in for Facebook.
Yeah, I said that. It's facebook.com/Get Into No Mojo.
All spelled as one word or what?
Yeah, all one word.
Okay,
cool. Oh, there are no spaces.
I don't know. Internet, Mike.
Have a good week, guys.